Teresa Freed with Johnson County Government. It's our goal to stop the spread of COVID-19 in our community. We also want to make sure you have the latest information on our efforts. For data on how COVID-19 is impacting the county, visit our dashboard on jocogov.org.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Holzschuh. I'm the Director of Epidemiology here at the Johnson County Department of Health and Environment. This week is very exciting for us as we're getting ready to release our brand new dashboard. We know that the community has been engaging in our dashboard since we launched it about 6 months ago. Now that we're 7 months out from our very first case of COVID-19 in Johnson County, it's time for us to relook at how we're producing data and what information we're conveying to all of you, as well as our policymakers in Johnson County. You'll notice a lot of changes, but the information that you're used to finding is there. On the main page, when you go to our dashboard now, what you'll see is some summary data, some graphs over time for both our cases, our hospitalizations, as well as people who have died from COVID. The next tab over is some of the same information you're used to getting on that first page of our old dashboard, although it's going to look a little different. Now we're going to have the age distributions for cases, hospitalizations, ICUs, and people who have died broken out so that you can actually see what percentage of our cases fall in each of those different age groups. You'll also be able to find additional demographic data, including race and ethnicity impacts for each of these different groupings, the cases, hospitalizations, and deaths. You'll also see some weekly data to help see how this has transformed over the course of our pandemic in Johnson County thus far. Finally, the much-awaited schools gating criteria tab will now have the two key metrics that we are looking at for our gating criteria, as well as what color we are in. So whenever you look on that page, you'll know exactly how Johnson County is looking compared to our Johnson County gating criteria. Some of these metrics have changed from previous metrics. We're now looking at what we call the incidence rate over 2 weeks. And what this means is the total number of cases we've had over those past 2 weeks normalized to our population. So you're going to see that as a metric per 100,000 people. And really what this does for us is it allows us to compare how we're doing compared to how other jurisdictions are doing. The other piece that we've talked a lot about is percent positive. Johnson County Department of Health and Environment has reevaluated how we are calculating our percent positive. You will see that this number is lower than what we have been producing in the past. This is because of a change in the way that we're calculating it. If you would like to find out more information about this change, please go to our testing and percent positivity rate tab, and there will be a link to find a document with really in-depth details about our methodology as well as KDHE's methodology. We will also still have our senior living facility page, and we'll have some of those graphs that you are used to seeing on some other tabs on that page as well. The pandemic looks very differently now than it did when we began, and so the way that we look at the data needs to change. So what we hoped to bring with this new dashboard was some more summary information and a little bit easier to interpret with some more details about our methodology and where the data comes from. We know that there's been a lot of questions about how our data differs from KDHE's data, and so we wanted to try and explain that a little more so that when you go to our dashboard, you can read all about how we got to the numbers that we got to, as well as see that data over time.
For more information about COVID-19 in Johnson County, visit jocogov.org/coronavirus. You can also subscribe to a daily e-newsletter with the latest data and precautions being taken in the county and state.